Warning. The Drunken Peasants podcast is full of comedic exaggerations, independent thought, insensitivity, and other offensive content. We strongly urge all viewers and listeners to keep their brains in their skulls throughout the entire duration of this podcast. Failure to do so will result in immediate death. If you wish to support this podcast, there are several ways to do so. First, you can sign up for a free audiobook trial at audibletrial.com/drunkenpeasants. Audible is the foremost seller of audiobooks today with hundreds of thousands of titles to satisfy all manner of tastes. Second, if you shop on Amazon.com, please use the Amazon affiliate links in the description section of this video. Every purchase you make helps to support this podcast's existence. Third, please peruse our merchandise and see if any of it strikes your fancy. We sell a lot of t-shirts, so we must be doing something right. One more thing before I go. To make an official submission to the Drunken Peasants, whether it be a video for one of our segments, or fan art, or a picture of you wearing one of our shirts, or anything you think we might want to use on the show, that stuff needs to be sent to the Drunken Peasants Facebook inbox. Please do not send correspondence, as this will be deleted unread. With all that shit out of the way, it's time to begin the show.
Coming to you live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Fuck it! Hey man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
What the fuck are you talking about, atheist? It's okay.
You're nothing, KJ. You're garbage.
I just want to be liked.
You're garbage, TJ.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants podcast, episode 270. Which is ironic because we haven't actually done 277 yet. But this is 78.
We're shooting 277 next.
Yep.
Every day.
We're going to do that one actually live.
Yep. But this one is pre-recorded.
Yes, it is.
Fuck it! We'll do it pre-recorded! We'll do it pre-recorded!
Yeah. I mean, by the time this episode airs, you will have already left, TJ.
That's true. I'll be gone.
You'll be dead and gone.
I'll be gone.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
I was thinking about something, man. I want to challenge you to a storytelling contest. But
Holy shit.
But I got a few stipulations, just minor stipulations. Okay, so the first
Right.
one, I think, look, guys, I think this is very reasonable. Paul, you have to shave your beard off. So that's the first stipulation.
Before the contest?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You gotta shave it off before. You gotta be clean shaven. The next is you're not allowed to speak at all.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to maybe pantomime your story, but I get a veto if I think you're pantomiming maybe too wildly or too intensely. And the last stipulation is it can't be a story you've ever told before. So the Vampire the Masquerade, running down the hill, worried about getting raped, anything like that. None of those old gems can be brought out.
This sounds incredibly fair. This sounds incredibly fair.
This is an incredibly fair contest, so I'm just saying, Paul, do you want to accept my challenge?
What's the point of limiting which what's the point of telling him he can't tell his own stories?
I'm challenging
You've already
Paul.
told him he can't talk.
I've challenged Paul to a storytelling contest. Paul, do you accept?
Sure. Yeah, I'll pantomime my way through a story I've never told before.
Okay.
That sounds great. That sounds like it'll be great.
Look, guys, there's just a few fucking minor stipulations. I mean, Paul's accepted. I'm proud of you, Paul. So when are you gonna be shaving your beard, buddy?
What do I get if I win? Like, if I'm gonna shave my fucking beard off prior to...
You get the satisfaction of knowing you won.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, you can have the satisfaction of knowing the Raiders beat the Saints.
Oh.
I know. That is pretty satisfying.
Although maybe we should.
That game was, what? Okay, the fucking problem with that game was there was a bullshit pass interference call.
for the actual next
bullshit
show,
pass interference call
For the live show tonight.
Yeah, fine. But that game was bullshit.
But still. Yep.
Can't be interfering with those passes, man.
Oh, bullshit, dude.
Saints have got to run a drill, man.
All right, I guess this is just going to happen now.
That's bullshit. There was a fucking fourth down fucking play, and the guy could not have caught the fucking pass. It was impossible for him to catch it. And they fucking refs threw a late flag for pass interference. Save Paul's fucking ass. There were so many goddamn push-offs on the Raiders. The Raiders are a cheating fucking franchise. They've always been a cheating team.
Raiders,
and that's why they haven't won a Super Bowl in who knows how fucking long.
100% win ratio. Saints, 100% lose ratio.
Well, that game was fucking bullshit. Tons of bad calls. The officiating crew should be ashamed of themselves.
The Atlanta Falcons would have beat the Raiders.
No, they wouldn't have. Atlanta Falcons are even worse than the Saints.
Yeah, the Falcons suck, Ben.
But no, I don't even like the Falcons. Actually, I'm just trolling.
Dude.
Yeah.
Shit fucking team. Anyone likes the Falcons should unsubscribe. Because you're fucking dog shit. You should fucking blow your brains out.
Better yet, you should go to the FanDuel Listener League and beat Scotty with a Falcons stacked.
No, they ain't going to. Okay, there's only one Falcons player at this point really worth a fuck, and that's Julio Jones.
We'll talk about the Listener League on the live show tonight. Because like I think more people will want to play if we kind of announce who's like in the top 10 or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get to that.
You know, Derek Carr, our quarterback, went to Fresno State. Man, he's from my area.
I don't know, he sucks so bad.
He's a hometown boy.
Hometown, home clown, bitch. So maybe this is another thing that should be saved. I don't know. Fuck it.
Just do it.
I'm just gonna say whatever I want. I did go and flag some of Brett Keane's videos.
You did?
Yep. I was tired of his shit, man.
The Amazing Atheist, false flags.
Look, I'm gonna go. It's not even false. It's totally
flags,
valid. And by the way, Brett's.
Well, that's what Brett will say.
No, Brett himself has said there's no such thing as a false flag, so he can't say that.
Okay, there you go.
But no, I went to these videos. I basically called him out on some of his misleading titles. I'm going to read you some of the things I said to him, or I said to YouTube in these.
Cool.
Every single one of these I fucking filed as spam and misleading and said misleading text. The title of this video is Live Show with Drunken Peasants, Von Helton, The Cynical Gypsy, Brett Keane. I'm a member of the Drunken Peasants podcast, and we did not participate in this hangout. This is totally false, absolute clickbait.
Yeah, there's also one where it says the Amazing Atheist wants to fight me.
Yeah, I also reported that one.
And it's like, no.
The title of this video is misleading. It reads, The Amazing Atheist challenged Brett Keane to a fight, when in actuality I did not issue any such challenge. A friend of mine named Ben challenged him to a legal sanctioned bout.
Yeah, which can't be... You can't sanction a bout in a backyard in Festus, Missouri.
Well, Brett Keane thinks you can. And then there's another one. This video uses my picture along with the title Popular Atheist Sentenced to Prison for Fraud and More, which obviously implies that I was sentenced to prison for fraud. In actual fact, it was my father sentenced for fraud, and he was not an atheist. The title and thumbnail are completely misleading.
Oh, you know, Brett's going to delete all those videos now.
I love that. I love that video because he called it like didn't he label it like a news story? Like,
yeah, we're gonna watch that.
Late breaking news.
We're gonna watch that on the show later.
Yeah,
or no, on this show
ago.
actually.
Yeah, 20 years ago, somebody went to jail. Wow, hot off the presses, Brett.
Neat. Good job. You really got that one down.
Not to mention, it's not even anyone on this podcast that went to jail either or prison. So,
by the way, since we're talking about it, if you haven't already, check out the Brett Keane episode that we have on Vimeo On Demand. Link in the description. Thousands of people have gotten it, and we've gotten mostly positive reviews. Classic. The only negative reviews I've gotten is that they can't fucking stand looking at Brett Keane, like about an hour in.
Think how we feel.
It's called, 23 Situations, an Odyssey into Brett Keane's mind or something?
An Odyssey into Brett Keane, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I don't make any reference to him having a mind.
I sense
we went in
powerful
rectally.
Mind.
We didn't go for the head. We went in rectally on Brett Keane. We're like a drunken peasant suppository.
With Brett Keane, how can you tell, dude?
Yeah,
that is true.
Is that where his head resides, anyways?
The smells are similar.
We actually went through his ass trying to locate his head, but the path was more perilous and winding than even we imagined. I mean, I really thought after doing like an entire show about Brett Keane, we would have delved in deeper than we did.
No.
But no.
That's why, like people ask me all the time why 10 years, it's got to be more than 10 years now on, I still watch Brett Keane. I still talk about Brett Keane. There's a lot there. There's a lot of layers to that onion. He's not, He's not as simple as he may appear at first.
Oh, Paul, people already. I mean, we released it 3 days ago. At this point, are already calling for a part 2.
Oh yeah.
We could
easily do a part 2. I mean, that would be. There's
no problem.
Yeah, probably in the new studio too next month.
Oh yeah,
that'd be sick.
But yeah, I did report some of Brett's videos. I don't know if anything will actually come of it. Probably not, but I did publicly post it on my Twitter, and I put it on the DP subreddit, so maybe some of them will go and flag it too. I don't know. Or maybe he'll change the titles, and it won't even be a problem anymore. Because honestly, I don't give a shit about... If he wants to put up his shitty lying-ass videos... I'm not going to try to take his videos down, but I'm not going to let him sit there and fucking post titles that are outright fucking just fabrications.
Cheetah is just going to sit there and slander and liability me.
Paul, I was watching Brett Keane's 8-hour hangout where he was calling us out, trying to get us to come to it like we don't have lives and we can go to his 8-hour hangout just on a whim. And then he calls us cowards for not showing up. But Jesus Freak was in there, and Jesus Freak was like, "Are you really going to fight Ben?" And Brett's like, "Yeah, I'll do it. I'm not afraid of him." And Jesus Freak is like, "Well, Brett, maybe you should try like running a little bit or something."
Some good advice.
Yeah.
Hey, Brett, maybe you should try to train a little bit.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to sit here and eat some Cheetos.
He said he was eating Vienna sausages.
Oh, yeah, they have to be soft.
Nice and soft for his toothless fucking maw, dude.
Oh, God, dude.
Well, at least we know he'll follow the no biting rule.
Dude, I just imagine
in MMA.
Doran just fucking going to the nearest gas station and just loading up a bunch of fucking Vienna sausages like Brett's like, make sure you get the ones with the cheese on them.
You know, he is obsessed with my cock. Maybe he's pretending each Vienna sausage is my dick.
They're cocktail weenies.
He's like, oh, nice little amazing atheist micro dick in my mouth.
Vienna sausages are like... That's
They're
like
gross.
the lowest quality meat that you can get. It's just like gluten with a little bit of like cheek meat in it or something. It's like there's no actual substance to that sausage.
I would rather eat cat food, really, than what Brett eats on a regular basis.
It basically
Dude,
is.
I mean, if I ever actually do get that interview with Brett... If that ever actually happens, like, one of my first questions are literally going to be about his diet. I'm most curious about that. Like, I really want to know what he subsists on a daily basis. Like, I want him to just list off the foods he eats. Because I really want to know.
Why won't Brett do it? I mean, like, look, Brett, you're a big tough guy. You have TJ's Twitter handle. Why don't you set up an interview?
I'm blocked on his Twitter.
I want to see a video where he actually measures his height. I want to see a video where, you know, someone stands next to him and takes a tape measure and measures him from the back of his heel up to the top of his head.
Yeah, I want like a doorway or something for reference, too.
Yeah.
I want to see like a door right next to him so I know this is legit. He's not standing on anything.
Yeah, I want to 6'5", he should tower above most people.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I mean, like, yes, like, one of the things I've always done, I've done the doorway thing. Like, if people are like, no, you're not really 6'6" or 6'7" or whatever. And
Stand in a doorway.
I'll just go stand in a doorway and be like, take a picture there, because, I mean, people know about how tall a fucking average doorway is. So, yeah, Brett, why don't you take a picture of yourself in a fucking doorway if you can actually fit through one? And
yeah, Brett, if you're 6'5", that should be easy to prove.
Should be pretty apparent.
And if you prove it, we'll be like, yep, you are.
Yeah,
I think that's funny that's what you want to know about Brett. Like, that's you know, I don't really want to know what Brett eats every day. I like making it up as I go along.
No, man, I really want to know what his diet is.
You know, Paul, the funny thing is Brett thinks that, like, TJ wants to interview him and have this really drama-filled interview, but it's not really it at all. Like,
no.
We just want to show how stupid Brett Keane is. And it's asking some real questions.
I'd really just want to ask him, like, questions I would ask anybody and just let him hang himself.
Yeah.
Like, I really just want to ask him about his life. Get him
he
to
won't
tell
be able
me,
to help it.
Get him. Yeah, I know. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't even have to fucking try to pwn Brett. All you gotta do is give him enough rope to hang himself with, and he'll do it. It's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go, Brett.
So
not even like a drama-filled interview. Like, let's dredge up all the past. Like, we could talk about current events, and you'll still look like a dumbass.
I don't even care about asking you about stupid shit I've already asked you about before that I know I'm not gonna get a straight answer on. I'm really more interested in, like, what does Brett Keane eat? You know?
Walk us through your day, Brett.
Yeah, take us through a day in the life of Brett Keane, you know? You know, did you play any fucking sports in high school?
Get up and grab my cup of coffee. Just gonna sit there, have some French vanilla.
And I just want to ask you, I want to give you opportunities to tell bullshit, fake-ass stories about your life that we can all laugh at. Like, Brett, tell me about the first fight you were ever in, Brett, and you fucking lay down some fucking Karate Kid fucking 3 shit on us.
Well,
and
it just so happened Mike Tyson had stopped in our town to promote a fight of his, and he stepped up to Brett. And then Brett had to one-shot him. But
well, you know, Brett
media
is from
covered it
St.
up.
Louis.
I mean, yeah, he is.
8 black guys tried to jump me in the playground, so I did a spinning roundhouse kick and knocked them all out at once.
That's.
You ever seen The Matrix? I basically put a pole in the ground and just ran along. They had it in a circle, and I ran along their faces, kicking their faces each time.
Yeah, luckily I had that pole because my mom, used it for work.
Brett's tough guy credential is that he's from St. Louis. That's all he can say. Like, he was like, I don't know, I don't think I'm Van Damme or anything like that, but I'm from St. Louis. And people get killed there. It's like, okay.
Well, Ben is from Toledo.
People get killed there, too.
Yeah, I would say Toledo. Yeah. Like, I've been to St. Louis and I've been in Toledo, and I can tell you right now, Toledo's a bigger shithole than St. Louis.
It depends.
Yeah.
East St. Louis versus Toledo is about the same. Like, when it comes
but
to
I'm just saying, like, if you compare the cities overall, I mean, Toledo's worse. I mean,
well, yeah, dude, I'm from Madera. I'm from Madera. That's the shittiest shithole on the planet, man. Like, if geography makes
a whole different reason.
Damn, Paul, you could be like UFC World Heavyweight Champion.
Madera has a lot of fucking violence
because of that. Yeah. Because you're from a tough place.
Yeah,
like, people die
geography
there.
equals toughness, man.
Yeah, Paul, then you live in the hood too, man. So I mean, damn, Paul's like a fucking.
You know what? He made a whole video like talking about how he could beat my ass in 5 minutes, and then he's like, I'm from St. Louis, so I'm tough, and then he's like. And then all of a sudden he switches to TJ and is like, TJ, his rich dad gave him whatever he wanted. It's like, why are you talking about TJ now? I thought you were talking about how you could whoop my ass.
I'm not the one who challenged him to a fight.
I don't get it. He mixes us up.
Actually, Brett challenged you to a fight, TJ.
Oh, yeah, that's true. My scrawny-ass gay uncle lives in fucking St. Louis. He ain't no tough guy just by virtue of having lived in St. Louis for a long time. It doesn't. Nope. St. Louis doesn't bestow upon all who live there a toughness that is not afforded to other men elsewhere.
You have to go to St. Louis, drink from the fountain of toughness. Like that's what Brett did. He found it in St. Louis, and he drank from its waters, and was like just felt invigorated and tough. And like if you punch Brett, it's not like punching a normal person where it's like, ow, that hurts. Like it just bounces off Brett. It's like, what the fuck, Brett?
It's like punching like titanium alloy.
It is, dude.
You break your hand on it.
I love how he says he can beat Ben's ass in 5 minutes. Brett couldn't do moderate exercise for 5 minutes.
You know what? You know, honestly, to do a sanctioned MMA match, you have to get medically cleared. And I don't even think Brett would get medically cleared.
There's no way.
We gotta bribe the doctor, dude. It'll be fine.
They won't do it. I think if there's any sort of ethics involved, they're gonna be like, no. I mean, maybe.
Money trumps ethics. This is a
not when you're a doctor and you get like a malpractice.
Yeah, then Brett could sue.
Yeah. So, but yeah. All right, on with the show.
We'll have to hold it in Mexico or something.
Mexico? I'm not going to Mexico. Unless we fight the ancient way, where we dip our hands in broken glass.
Okay.
That's how they get down in Mexico, I guess.
Yeah, no.
I
think that was from like Kickboxer or something like that.
Oh.
Or Bloodsport, one of those movies, one of those Van Damme movies.
Bad 80s.
Yeah.
Well, you can always
Canon
fight
films.
You can always fight in Brett's backyard if you want.
Dude, yeah. They're not going to sanction a fight in Brett's backyard.
It is Festus. Maybe they will. Maybe he's going to go there and be all like, look, we just want to have this fight. Here's $500. And they'll be like, all right, it's legal.
Dude, which one is it where the big Asian dude blows blinding dust into Jean-Claude's eyes and he has to fight him blind?
Oh God!
Is that Bloodsport? I think that's Bloodsport.
It's either Bloodsport or Kickboxer.
I'm pretty sure it's Bloodsport, but I don't know. I'm not 100%.
Dude, I love that movie. I love that so much. Like the long, lingering scream that Van Damme does. It's so good.
That dude is nuts too.
Yeah, I watched that reality show about him.
Oh, God, dude, he's
man. He believes God sent him to save the animals.
What?
Yeah, he literally believes that God sent him to save the animals. I saw this crazy thing where he was like crying because he couldn't save some animals. It was crazy.
Well, I guess at least he does something.
Well, I mean, at least that's noble. I
Yeah,
guess.
sure.
Whatever.
Sure.
I give him that. That's nice.
I don't really particularly.
I just think
sent him to do much of anything.
Right, and I think he's kind of obsessive about it, like a little too much. Like, even if you have good intentions, you have to realize there's only so much you can do. You know.
Of course, yeah.
All right, so here we go. Puking dog! Attention!
DP Action News.
You know what? I got my absentee ballot in the mail.
Yeah.
So I can write in puking dog right now.
Nice. Cast the
Send
first
that
ballot for puking dog, Ben.
Yeah, I'm going to
Start
send
the
it to
tidal
me.
wave.
It's too late for me to register to vote in the new place that I'm living at. So, you know, if I want to vote, I have to vote for Ohio, and it matters more. So, puking dog, man.
Yeah, a vote in Ohio is worth about 10,000 votes in Seattle at this point. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puking dog it is.
Puking dog needs all the help he can get to win this one.
I support puking dog.
All right, I'm going to show you this hilarious video. This is an edited video of Obama talking about Hillary before he became president, and then Obama talking about Hillary now that Hillary's the nominee.
I just have to remind people of the track record. If you want someone with a lifelong track record. So now this is Senator Clinton. This is the same person who has taken more money from lobbyists than any other candidate, Democratic or Republican, of fighting for higher wages and better benefits and a fairer tax code and a bigger voice for workers and stronger regulations on Wall Street.
Dude.
This is the same person.
Doesn't
Who
Obama
took
sound
money
like in the second one, in 2016, like he's almost laughing? Like, he's gonna fight. Oh god! Oh god! You guys know this is total bull. I mean,
It does look like he's having trouble keeping a straight face saying all that shit.
Because everyone knows it's bullshit.
Yeah, he's towing the party line right here.
That's all he's. Yeah, of course, that's all he's
from
doing.
financial folks on Wall Street, and then voted for a bankruptcy bill that makes it harder for folks right here in Pennsylvania to get a fair shake. Then you should vote for Hillary Clinton. This is the same.
You know, see, like Obama, he's going to retire, you know, and he'll write books and go on speaking tours, and he's going to make millions because he won't be the president anymore. He'll be able to charge however much people are willing to pay, which is a lot.
Oh god, Obama's gonna be fucking so wealthy.
Yeah.
Why what has he got to lose then? Like, why do this? Like, why end your presidency by shilling for Hillary Clinton? Why not just refuse to fucking do it? Refuse to like, he has a choice, right?
Because, like, he's going to be, like, it's just party loyalty and shit, and the Clintons pretty much still run that party. You know, like, the second, I mean, that's why he gave her, I mean, like, look, I mean, you could talk about, oh, well, in 2008, he was talking this shit about her, but then in 2016, he's so nice. But, like, let's remember, in 2008, he was talking about this shit about her, but then as soon as he won, he's like, okay, you're Secretary of State.
Yeah, and she was a shitty Secretary of State.
So it's not like,
it's not like
this is like a
made.
recent flip for him. I mean, like, this motherfucker flipped almost immediately after saying this shit.
Obama's a politician, and Hillary had a lot of support in 2008. Obama obviously wanted to seal the fucking deal, so it's like, Hillary, you're going to get a prominent position in my fucking cabinet. And so she took it.
Right, and that's a credential she uses, you know.
Like crazy.
When she's saying she is qualified to be president.
Oh, that was basically, and obviously, I bet you that was part of the deal, too, was when Hillary runs 8 years later, that Obama's going to throw his support behind Hillary.
I knew it would have. He would support whoever got the nomination. That's just what they do.
He would, but
Trump would be. I mean, Trump. I'm sorry. Obama would be out here stumping for anybody. Like if Jim Webb had won the fucking Democratic primary somehow, he'd be out there.
Obama's support now is critical, though. It is critical for Hillary to have any chance of winning. Because he actually has a lot of influence. I would say most politicians really don't have any influence. They think they do, but they really don't.
If you don't keel over dead before then.
If they can prop her up, they will. They're pretty much doing it. They're pretty much doing it now, it looks like.
Yeah. But I guess that might be old news by the time this fucking rolls around.
Person who spent a decade with her husband campaigning for NAFTA, and now goes around saying how she was opposed to NAFTA.
She's got specific ideas to invest in new jobs, to help workers share in their company's profits.
This is the same person who says she's voting for the Colombia trade deal. Turns out that her top advisor, her top strategist, was working for the Colombian government to get the bill passed.
There has never been a man or a woman, not me, not Bill, nobody, more qualified than Hillary Clinton to serve as President of the United States of America.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, like, how thick can you lay it on? Like, Hillary is the most qualified person to ever be president.
Yeah,
George
right.
Washington, Thomas Jefferson.
Get up and clap,
Look,
Bill.
nobody, not even George Washington, like the fucking, who was considered like pretty much like the main figure in the founding of America.
Even the founders of America
unanimously
were not as
elected.
qualified as Hillary.
Yeah, the only person unanimously ever elected. Period. And no, even Hillary is more qualified. I mean, what? Really? We're supposed to believe this?
I mean, I assume he's just talking in terms of just like sheer credentialization of like, look at this pedigree. She's been a senator. She was a Secretary of State.
She was very hands-on First Lady too.
Yeah, she was one of the fucking most influential First Ladies.
Yeah, she wasn't Laura Bush, basically, who was just like the wife of the president, and she had like a.
I have a library initiative.
Yeah.
Whee! Library initiative. No, Hillary was like co-president basically.
Hillary was pushing. She was big for the push for universal health care.
Yeah, that was her pet project.
She has changed. She's actually gone further to the right. Oh, we need to expand the Affordable Care Act. It's like, well,
this is such a strange election.
She's terrible.
You got Hillary Clinton, who's got a bunch of crazy right-wing positions. You got Donald Trump, who actually has a few fucking left-wing positions. So
But they're very vague.
Yeah, I mean, like all Trump positions are so fucking.
All right.
But all Hillary Clintons are just fucking factually inaccurate. So whatever.
All right, now we're gonna play this other news story here. Did you guys hear about the mattress company?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I defended them a little bit on Twitter.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I mean, like, a joke is a joke, and some people are sensitive. I mean, I could see, like, if I knew someone that died in the attack, maybe I'd be more sensitive about it, but I just kind of was like, huh.
Yeah, Ben, who's you've been in New York, haven't you, Ben?
Yeah.
You know, you saw the devastation on the news, Ben. You think it's funny those people had to jump in the buildings, Ben? Okay, we understand, Ben. Ben and TJ think it's funny. People had to jump for buildings. Terrorist attacks going on, guys. It's hilarious.
I actually haven't seen.
You guys are monsters.
I actually haven't seen this ad yet.
It's a poorly shot.
Yeah, there's just some local
fucking monsters.
Yeah.
Let's watch the ad.
Queen mattress, swing price. King mattress, swing price. Store-wide sale all day long. We'll never forget.
New at 5. That is just a snippet of an ad right in the center.
Look, do they have the right to say it? Yeah. Was it a smart business decision? No.
No.
I mean,
I would say it's not a smart business decision, but the thing that makes it not a smart business decision is the oversensitivity of a bunch of crybabies. So I would say that in a better world, it would have been a smart business decision, or it would have been an inconsequential business decision at least.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't.
I mean,
I don't
so
think,
what? They fucking fell into. They fell into the like Family Guy, which has mainstream sponsors, has done more offensive ads about more offensive content about 9/11 than that, and that's been sponsored by fucking big advertisers, not fucking some little shithole mattress store in the middle of bumfuck.
But Family Guy is an entirely different beast. You're talking about a show that's supposed to kind of push your buttons and be edgy. Like,
yeah, but I'm just saying, like, this is such a mild little joke. It's like, oh, we're not even allowed to reference 9/11 because it's offensive.
Yeah, but you're not thinking. You're not the average person they're trying to sell this to.
It doesn't sound like anything. I mean, it's not even really. I'm not offended by I can see why people, like I said, that had people that may have died in it might be offended by this, but you can't tiptoe around people's feelings. It's just not it's just a dumb commercial. It'd be like if a bunch of kids died somewhere. Like it'd be like like a Sandy Hook mattress store was like, boom, bang, bang, kindergartners, we're selling you some mattresses. We'll shoot your kid in the head. Bring him on in. Pew, pew, pew. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make a whole lot of fucking sense.
It's nowhere near
as
that
a business
extent.
decision.
And also, I mean, as a business decision, no, it doesn't. Not in this country. But I'm just saying, like, is it really offensive? No, it's not. I don't think it is. I don't even if I fucking had family die in the attack, I mean, it's like 15 fucking years ago at this point. Get over it. It's been 15 fucking years.
I mean, it's kind of hard.
There's people who were born on that day that can now fucking hold a conversation with you.
I would say if you were personally affected and someone died that you knew died there, I don't think you just say, oh, well, it's no big deal, you know.
Oh, yeah. The true pain of 9/11 didn't really hit me till I saw the mattress ad.
I'm not saying that. I mean, obviously, in a way, it's really ridiculous, but people are really sensitive.
Daddy, no.
There's a lot of very sensitive people. There's a lot of very sensitive people, and I mean, I can understand why.
A lot of sensitive crybabies.
I can understand why.
Fuck them.
Well, I mean, that's your opinion.
I mean, yeah,
You're entitled to
people react to traumatic experiences in different ways.
I mean,
so.
But, you know, we don't have to, I mean, like, we can't tiptoe around the sensibilities of this shit forever.
you can't.
Look,
You
I mean,
really
I understand if this was like 2012, I'm sorry, 2002 when they were putting this ad out, I'd be like, whoa, now.
You know the
15 years on.
You know
Now,
the
why?
day after the day after 9/11 happened, Russell Brand went on MTV UK dressed as Osama bin Laden.
I personally think that's awesome.
And he got fired.
Whatever.
It was when he was like smoking crack and shit like that.
I don't mind it. It's cool. I think it's funny.
I think it's funny that.
I guess I don't disagree with TJ's assessment, but it's just dumb. Like it's just a dumb thing to do because you know, like the whole idea of a commercial is you got to win people over to your brand.
Yeah.
You're not winning people over by joking about 9/11. Whether the people are too sensitive about it or not is kind of irrelevant.
Sure, that's true. But I mean, like,
let's hear from
you're not. I mean, like, hold on, but you're not. You're going to be edgy to sell mattresses. Like, there's no point in it. Like, it's not some, like, if you were trying to fucking sell some kind of like out there product or something that really needed like, oh, we need to fucking put some hot sauce on this son of a bitch, then maybe. But I mean, like, to just sell a fucking mattress, like, what's the point? Why would you go out of your way to make some joke you know is going to offend a bunch of people when you're trying to fucking sell mattresses?
Yeah, they got. I think they wanted attention, but I think they got the wrong kind of attention. It's really
Antonio,
more
that is
so.
causing outrage.
What they should have done is not even like just have them fall into the two mattress towers and her be like, uh-oh, and then, you know, it was like, and then when someone says, like, that's 9/11 reference, they'll be like, what? No.
With some
you're
critics
fucking
calling
reading
its
too much
reference
into
to
it.
September 11th attacks tasteless and offensive. Now, the ad you saw there showed 2 stacks of mattresses piled up, then collapsing to the ground while the owner of the store says, we will never forget. News 4 San Antonio's Amanda Weber talked with the owner of the store, who's now...
Do I really need a fucking recap of what I just saw?
Dude, this is a slow news day. Come on. This is a really slow news day.
They interview the woman.
All right, let's see what she says.
Apologizing, Amanda.
Well, Randy, Miracle Mattress is located just off 410, and they've already taken that ad off of their Facebook page. But you can see where here today they've apologized to the public, and the comments continue to grow.
We are not hate, we are love.
Yeah, your mattress store is love. Get the fuck out of here.
It's neither. It's a mattress store.
Listen to what she says. It's almost trolling.
We are somebody that stands out. We're Miracle Mattress. We make miracles happen. And for our lives to be in danger, that's
Your lives really are not in danger.
I'm sure they've gotten threats,
Yeah,
but it's
I mean,
idle shit.
look, that happens to anyone. Anytime anyone does anything like that on the internet or says anything controversial, even really not controversial, people will be like, I want to fucking see you dead. I want to kill you. Like, TJ insulted the fucking, what was it, that Pennywise shit? And then, like, some girl had a thing with, like, holding a knife in her hand, like, I'd kill this guy. I mean, some people would interpret that as a threat, but at the same time, it's just like, look, there's crazy people on the internet who take shit way too seriously, and they're in their nice little echo chamber, so they don't have to worry about anything. They can just say, like, I want to blow your brains out, because I know it's not like they're really threatening you. They just want to they want to be the tough guy out there saying, oh, I'm going to kill you because I don't agree with you.
I kind of love that this bitch is so into her mattress store, though. Like, she's like, we're Miracle Mattress. We make miracles. It's like, holy shit.
Mattresses are not miracles.
She takes this shit real seriously.
Maybe these guys are just on the
Plus, of course,
forefront
they're
of
Casper mattresses, the greatest mattresses of all time.
Right. Maybe these guys are just on the forefront of a new advertising style, like human tragedy advertising, you know?
Yeah.
Like a pizza place could be like, have a dude dressed like Hitler and be like, "Mein Führer, now that the war is over, we have all these ovens. What are we going to do? We have no Jews to put in the ovens. I know, let's make pizza. Come
Dude,
down to
Paul.
you know."
We
what?
need to open a pizza place and do this ad, dude. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Like, brilliant marketing like that doesn't just fucking happen every day, dude. This is worth it. We could just sell this. If Domino's or Pizza Hut or any of you guys want to use that, you owe the Drunken Peasants money for it.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yep.
Shit. Well, you owe Paul money, I guess. And, I get like a small percentage because I was here. And I guess Ben, too. Scotty
Bonanno
left the
says
room,
she
so he
didn't
don't get
realize
shit.
this
Sweet.
20-second ad would cause the controversy it has.
It was stupid. It was a stupid idea that we sent out. We apologize for our stupidity, and we really hope you forgive us for what we've done.
Bonanno says they filmed the ad earlier this week, wanting to get the word out that they would be having a Twin Tower sale for the anniversary of the night.
The ad itself is really not, to my mind, offensive, but like the Twin Tower sale, I mean, what? It's not really like a sales event type of thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when I think of smoldering skyscrapers, it really makes me want to go out and buy products.
Price is so hot, you'll have to jump from the top story of a skyscraper.
Too bad the heat can't melt steel.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
9/11 terrorist attacks this weekend. But to many on social media, the concept of the sale was immediately taken as offensive.
You don't see people making fun of things that happened at Pearl Harbor when, the Japanese attacked us. You don't see people making fun of any other war. So why is a terrorist attack?
Was this in San Antonio?
Yes.
Sweet.
This crazy chick is I don't know. Fuck this bitch.
You don't see people talking about
Yeah, you do.
Harbor
You see people make fun of all kinds of shit, you dumbass.
Well, you don't see people use it as advertising. I mean, you got to give her
well,
that.
that's what
The
that's not what she
Japs are
said.
coming. Look
yeah,
out!
the Pearl Harbor sale.
I may be covered in my friend's guts, but I'm still blowing out mattresses. You know what I mean? Like, no, that ain't happening.
Here at Holocaust Pizza, on the anniversary of the start date of World War II, you get pizza half off.
And remember, if your pizza's burned, you get it free.
Try our special kosher pizza.
I mean, like,
Just kidding.
like stand-up comedians, that's kind of their job. Their job is to push the envelope and make us think about things and see things in new ways. Advertising, like, your job is to sell shitty mattresses. Just stop.
Yeah.
You're not making a think piece.
I don't think. I mean, judging on the interview I saw with that woman, I don't think she was trying to make a think piece or anything like that. I think she's just really clueless and insane. I mean, she literally said her mattresses make miracles, with like tears in her eyes. So that to me suggests like aberrant psychology that can't really be held to the same standards.
Monumental buildings.
They should have just taken it all the
Okay.
way. Like, if they're gonna do it, just take it all the fucking way.
Screenshot.
Like, have some dude like buy a smoke machine, rent an office space and mess it all up, and have some dude like, oh god, I can barely breathe, honey, tell the kids I love them and make sure you get down to Miracle Mattress. I'm gonna jump. I'd rather jump than have this searing pain in my lungs.
I think actually taking it all the way would be crashing a plane into the new tower.
TJ,
built there.
remember the conspiracy theorist guys actually want to do that?
Yeah,
I think they shouldn't even have this sale until they can actually view that.
I'm talking about what's that new tower they built in the place?
It's called One World Trade Center.
Miracle Mattress should crash a plane into that and knock that shit down
with a big streamer
and then
behind
when
it.
the smoke rises into the fucking air, it forms the words Miracle Mattress.
Was it true?
Wow.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna ask. I saw something a few days ago on Facebook where they showed Lilo and Stitch, like the original version, and then like an edited version. Was that real?
I haven't seen it.
I guess I've never seen it either, but I guess there's a part of the movie, in the original movie, they're like flying an airplane and like crashing it into buildings in a city. Oh. And then they made it look, they ended up changing the plane to make it look like a spaceship, and they changed the They changed like the scenery to make it look like they're like flying through a jungle.
As far as I know, it always had the jungle spaceship ending.
Yeah,
someone's just lying.
Yeah, I questioned it like heavily. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's just someone.
Generally, if you see it on like Facebook or Twitter, you got to really question. Is this actually true?
The whole none of the movie takes place anywhere near a city, so that doesn't make sense.
Okay. Yeah,
it's all on Hawaii. It all takes place on Hawaii.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
Then.
That's what I thought.
And I mean, the whole thing with the spaceship, like, in order for it to have originally been a plane, then you'd have to believe a giant shark monster alien was just driving around in a fucking Boeing 747 or something. That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm thinking that's bullshit, dude.
That's what I thought when I saw it. It looked like really generic too. Yeah, see. Deleted Lilo and Stitch scene. Yeah, it's
whatever. It's horseshit.
Yeah.
Clickbait.
Click-a-bait. Yeah, that's definitely bullshit. That is not true. But give them props for coming up with something that sounds like it could be true.
Yeah, yeah.
Why does this freeze frame look like she's impersonating a pirate?
Yar.
I thought it looks like she's winking at someone off camera like, yeah.
You don't
You
be
and me
talking about
later.
9/11. You scurvy scallywag.
Paul, do you know what a pirate's favorite letter is, buddy?
R.
No. The sea be his first love.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Because everyone says R. Like, oh, I see where the joke is going. Nope, you don't, bitch.
Huh.
Rope-a-dope
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Totes. Anyway. Fuck this. Next,
we will do. Trump says, "I'll put Scalia clones on the Supreme."
Clones, huh?
Wow.
Neat.
Earlier this year, we lost the great Justice Antonin Scalia. The next president will not only have to fill this seat, but as many as 4 others. It could even be, I mean, we could end up with the total.
These fucking Supreme Court justices are just, like, practically fucking immortal, dude, because
they're vampires.
Literally every election I hear this shit, like, we could be replacing as many as 4, and then it never seems like they replace more than 1, maybe 2.
Well, there's definitely 2 that are getting replaced, you know, so.
Scalia, though. I mean, Scalia sucked. He was terrible. I don't understand how you can fucking sit there and try to, make this appeal, like you've tried to do this appeal to the gays, especially after the Orlando shooting. You're like, I'm more LGBT friendly than Clinton. It's like, well, then why are you singing the praises of Scalia, who was like an adamant opponent of gay rights at every turn? I mean, you can't fucking say that you're some great ally to LGBT people and then turn around and be like, but Scalia's great. That's like saying, I love the Jewish people, but, you know, Himmler wasn't so bad.
TJ, he respected Scalia for being a strict constitutionist, but you know him and Trump might have just disagreed on a few things, and that's one of the disagreements they had.
Mm-hmm. I'm not. You know, he apparently doesn't because he wants like clones of Scalia. Apparently, let's listen.
Of 5 judges by 1 president would be record-setting. Probably be 3. Could be 4. Could even be 5.
Okay.
Could be 10. Could be 10.
You pick the wrong people.
Could be 10.
You have a country that is no longer your country. It will be a disaster. One of the most important issues,
It will no longer be our
other than
country.
maybe defense,
Wow.
because we're going to build up our military. It's so depleted.
Our military.
Oh my God, no, it's not. That's such horseshit.
Guys, I don't know if you know about the U.S. military, but it's depleted.
Oh my
It's
God.
pretty much.
The military, it's far from being depleted. It's actually bloated.
Insanely bloated.
It's insanely overly fucking bloated. If anything, you need to fucking scale back the fucking military
and fix its healthcare system.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, fix the fucking VA if you really want to focus on helping military
Fuck that.
people.
Fix the U.S. healthcare system, universal healthcare.
Yeah, and get rid of the fucking VA.
Yeah, get rid of the VA.
Just fucking actually provide decent healthcare for everyone. But yeah, you're
socialism. You're evil.
You're a Republican. Not that the Democrats.
You're
have
evil,
either.
TJ. How
Take
dare
care
you
of our
suggest that?
vets. We're going to protect your Second Amendment. So many things. But one of the most important, some people think it's actually the most important, is the filling of the seats, United States Supreme Court. You see what's happening right now. Essentially, it's 4 and 4. And you see how bad it is. We're going to pick great judges. I've already put a list of 11. Federalist Society, highly recommended. Got uniform great reviews on these 11 people. And we are going to put truly great people. Maybe we use Judge Scalia as the ultimate example of what we're looking for, okay?
Scalia! We're gonna get Scalia 2 up in that bitch! Oh, yeah!
It's kind of like when you have a pet, and, like Snowball, and then it dies, and you name it Snowball 2.
Yeah, this would be Scalia 2, dude. We're actually gonna, whoever we pick, we're actually going to make them change their name to Antonin Scalia and alter their appearance to look like Scalia. Why don't you just build a robot? Scalia bot
This will
9000.
determine whether or not we remain a constitutional republic, frankly. That's what's going to happen. I have pledged to appoint judges who will uphold the Constitution, to protect your religious liberty, and apply the law as written.
So what the fuck are you talking about exactly? Because I'm not following this horse shit. So if
he's basically saying he's going to appoint a conservative justice. That's all he's saying.
yeah, but why not just say that? Like, oh, my judge is going to be so conservative.
You can't say that because they're supposed to be independent.
Whatever. Bullshit.
So you can't say I'm going to appoint a Republican judge. You can't say that. You have to say I'm going to appoint a really fair judge who respects the Constitution, who respects the Second Amendment. Just all this, basically the Republican talking points.
We reject.
Yeah, I mean, I understand all that shit. What I'm really confused about is the part where he's like, if I don't get my picks in there, it's the end of us as a constitutional republic, y'all. End of the constitutional republic.
He's talking to a bunch of paranoid people.
It's like, what?
He's talking to a bunch of paranoid conspiracy theory ridden motherfuckers who think that this is actually going to happen. They think that if it swings that way, remember their rhetoric. The Second Amendment is gone. All our freedoms are just gone overnight.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like on the right they do appeal to the fears of the general public more than on the left.
I don't know, man. The left appeals to some fear shit too. Like,
oh, well, they all,
it'll fucking they'll go to like minorities and shit, and fill them with fear of like, oh no, the fucking Republican's gonna come take all your shit. And all
fear's an effective motivator.
I just saw a Huffington Post article today that said if you don't vote for Hillary Clinton this election cycle, then fuck you. And the image that they used was a smoldering ruin of a city. So yeah,
I would say that's fear mongering.
Yeah, you don't really get to paint the Republic. Yeah, we're all using fear now.
Ben, do you have the Hillary stumble shit? Do you have any of that?
Not this time.
Not this time, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? This is in the future, so it doesn't really. Yeah, that's.
I am getting a lot of that though, and it's like whatever. I mean, I guess we'll see.
We'll probably talk about it.
She'll get elected, and we'll see what happens.
We'll talk about it on the next one, because that one's actually going to be live. This one's recorded, so.
Well, I don't
Judges who rewrite the Constitution to impose their own personal views.
They don't rewrite it.
300
you can't rewrite the Constitution like that.
Yeah, I mean, like
you're talking about their interpretation.
I mean, like, look, it's the whole reason the Supreme Court exists is because someone has to interpret the Constitution.
Right, and if you demonize what they do, then you're undermining the way the American federal government works.
Yeah, it's supposed to be an independent branch of government.
Do you know who set up?
You fucking idiot.
You know who set up this whole system with the fucking
who was it?
Supreme Court and shit, and how they're appointed and all this? It was the fucking founding fathers. You dipshit.
He hates the founding fathers. He hates them.
I mean, look.
Why do you hate the founding fathers, Trump?
They're gonna fucking the Supreme Court justices will have different interpretations of the fucking Constitution. All right. There's this idea that we're just going to follow the letter of the law. It's like, no, because you can't, because it's fucking outdated, and it doesn't make any sense to try to follow it by the letter anymore, because the world has changed too much for it to make sense to do that. So you have to kind of try to have people in there who try to just figure out, like, okay, what was the spirit of this? More than the letter of this law, what is the spirit of this law? And that's, how do we interpret this in our society? How do we interpret this in regards to this particular issue? Does this fall under the purview of the First Amendment or does it not? Those are the kind of questions the Supreme Court has to decide. All right? So there's nothing they can do to fucking strike down the Second Amendment. They can't be like, all right, we're the new Supreme Court, Second Amendment stricken down. The most they could possibly do is change the interpretation of the Second Amendment.
Yeah, they could change the interpretation to interpret it as, oh, well, it is fine to have heavy regulation on guns. That's like something they could do. Like a case could come before them where they decide, okay, well, gun bans are actually legal in certain places. Like, that's what could happen. Like the city of Chicago, for example, and a lot of cities banned handguns. And that was until very recently upheld. But then obviously it swung in favor of conservatives. All those laws were overturned basically when they went to court because the conservatives knew they were going to get the favorable vote at that point.
Shootings in Chicago are at an all-time high right now.
Ben, I'd like to remind you that we don't know if that's why. We don't know if there's a correlation between those things. There's a lot of factors that affect those communities, Ben.
Okay. All right, so I think we're going to go ahead and take a break. And we will be right back very soon, so don't
Pretty much
leave.
Immediately. Just a word from our sponsors. Well, it's football season again, which means it's FanDuel season again. And just like last year, we've got the Drunken Peasants Listener League with tons of slots for entries and lots of great prizes. You could pick a team every week, so if you choose a disappointing team one week, you can always change it up next week. And you can enter our league up to 3 times with 3 different teams. And if you don't want to join our Listener League for some reason, there's tons of other contests on FanDuel, some with absolutely huge prizes up for grabs. And then there's 50-50 leagues where half the entries are winners. They've got contests for every budget. To check out the Listener League, you can go to fanduel.com/peasants and join up. See if you can beat the other Peasants fans or even beat the Peasants themselves. Just go to fanduel.com right now, click the Join Now button, and use the code DP. If you use the code DP, there's a special offer for new users. You deposit today, and you'll be given 5 free entries to NFL beginner contests, and you'll get 1 free entry a week for 5 weeks in a row. They got the 50-50 contests where the top half of players all win cash, and don't forget to use my code DP for 5 free entries. Void where prohibited. FanDuel. All right.
You wear underwear every day. At least most of us do. It's time to try something better. MeUndies has created the world's most comfortable underwear with a blend of fabric that is 3 times softer than cotton. When you feel awesome from the inside out, you look awesome from the outside in. When you upgrade your undies game, everyone wins. Life feels better in MeUndies. And they're the only brand that makes matching pairs for men and women. And if you don't love your first pair, which you will, MeUndies will pay you back and you can keep it for free. No questions asked. And look, for a limited time, MeUndies is offering you 20% off your first order at MeUndies.com/peasants. And remember, if you don't love your first pair, it's free. You have no excuse not to try my favorite underwear brand. Make sure you go to MeUndies.com/peasants to get 20% off your first order and use my link so they know we sent you. All right, we're back.
Or not, that's a lie.
Woo-ha.
You're a liar, Ben. You're a liar. What is it, Paul? What'd you have to say?
I just said woo-ha, man.
Woo-ha, huh?
Woo-ha.
All right, so moving on.
Individual situation. Check out the beautiful asshole.
The individual Brett Keane segment situation.
All right, so we're going to play a little bit of 2 different videos. We'll do this one first. Rape threats. Brett Keane calls the police.
Oh, wow.
Don't get listen to that awesome Brett Keane music, huh? Why is his little thing blocking his little disclaimer there? That's weird. I think that was a mistake. But
is your mic off, Scotty?
Brett doesn't make mistakes.
Damn.
All right.
Scotty's mic was off. The show was better while it was, but now it's back on, so sorry. Everybody.
Unfortunate, but yeah.
Sad but true.
I was thinking the same thing.
You should have. You guys should have just been like, "Yeah, okay, Scotty."
I'm sorry. Was that in the? I don't really know exactly when every Metallica song happened because I don't really listen to the fucking full album. So was that before You Hate Metallica or after?
After, dude. Obviously with Ben. Dude, Ben like.
Well,
Metallica.
I'm just saying. I don't even know if that's one of their old songs or one of the new ones.
You can tell by like the speed. Like Metallica was much faster.
I don't know. A lot of their new stuff's pretty fucking fast.
Nah, not like it used to be.
I don't know, man. Some shit on Death Magnetic was pretty fucking fast paced.
Some of it was, yeah. I have to agree with CJ.
It's a different kind of fast, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Sure. Brett Keane from God TV Radio. Make sure you check out my website, godtvradio.com, and connect with me
It's going to be
on
ours,
Facebook
Brett.
and Twitter.
We're going to own God TV Radio.
I will be doing a live show tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central. Anyone that wants to come in, you can. The comments will be disabled, but you can check out the link in the description.
Has he progressed even more into blueberry mode?
He's grape now.
He is
to the fucking point where, like, eventually Brett Keane is just Brett
Keane.
Brett Keane is just gonna talk in front of a fucking it's just gonna be like an infinite void of blackness just talking at you, you know? Because
wasn't that
it gets darker and darker.
He's gonna go back to his original form, like when it was just like it was all audio.
I mean, like, honestly, Brett Keane would probably be better off if he stopped appearing on camera.
Yeah, that would only improve his videos.
He should also stop trying to fucking plaster all this stupid shit all over the fucking screen all the time. I know we got stupid shit on our screen, you know, but, like, his is just not... He doesn't do it well. He just has no sense of proportion. Like, if you wanted to put your fucking website at the bottom of the screen, like... Go take a page out of, like, the Pat Condell book or something, Brett, since you used to fucking be such an admirer of his. Go look at, like... I think he puts his URL in his videos, if I'm not mistaken, but it's like tiny down there. It's just like very unobtrusive.
Look, it's fine if Brett has an intro like, "Hey guys, check out godtvradio.com and my other social media sites like, you know, Facebook and Twitter." There would be no problem with him doing that, but it's like he makes this really long intro, and throughout the video, a lot of videos, he fucking features a bunch of erroneous bullshit. It's like, who cares?
Brett, I want you to look at our layout here, all right? Do you notice how, like, our fucking social media links and shit are not gigantic and dominating the whole fucking screen? Did you notice that?
Yeah,
We
most
have
of
a
the
nice
real
little subtle title up there. Like, the title of our show on our screen is, like, fucking half the size in terms of font as your fucking web URL at the bottom of your screen. Like, that's dumb, Brett.
Like, look how jagged the font is. He's blown it up so much on whatever cheap program he uses to fucking.
You're right.
Like, look at how fucked up it is. Like, ugh.
Brett,
it's a real estate issue, Brett. Like,
everything about you is.
And Paul, you've been to godtvradio.com, right?
I unfortunately, yes, I have.
Yeah. Why would you even brag about that site? It's just a fucking
I don't
blogger
know.
page. It's not like
I love how Paul went there. You know he was. How many times have you gone there?
Not many, to be honest with you. Like,
I've
this
been twice, I think.
He's had better sites, better in terms of content. Like, he's not really slandering people on his site anymore. It's just kind of a weird, like, he advertises it, but really the only thing that was on there when I checked was, like, posts of videos that he made on YouTube. So it's like a landing place for his videos, almost like a YouTube channel. It's just surreptitious at this point.
On YouTube.
It'll take you to the countdown timer. You'll see the video in which the broadcast will play.
Okay, blah, 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 blah.
You know, at this time, you'll get to come in, and I'll chat with people.
Like, Brett, what is the fucking point of your... Why even appear if you're going to be so fucking dark that it's just pointless? Like, if at least put some kind of fucking, like, filter on this so that the fucking purple pops out more or something, you know? If you're going to be totally shrouded in darkness, give it some kind of stylized thing or something. I mean, this just is shit. This is the most visually uninteresting, bland fucking setup I've ever seen.
You've seen how Brett Keane looks. There's a few videos he does every once in a while. He'll be outside or whatever, and you'll see him, like, in all his fucking glory, and... I mean, Brett just doesn't look very good, dude. He doesn't want anyone to see him. I mean,
I don't give a shit. I'd rather fucking see his dumb ass than look at this retarded
you would rather
fucking
see
shit.
You would rather see Brett, really? You'd rather see
Yes,
Brett?
I'd rather see Brett. I'd rather see his fucking ugly ass, fucking toothless maw smiling back at me.
I don't know.
I disagree. I say turn the light off completely.
Yeah.
Just film it in a completely dark
Well,
room.
I mean, if we're just gonna fucking make a wish list, I just wish he'd stop making fucking videos so we can be free from talking about them.
Some news that has happened.
Yeah.
Anyone out there that would like to do live gaming broadcast with me, you can, providing that you have a PlayStation 4. I've tried doing.
There you go,
gaming
Paul.
Hey, Paul, you got PlayStation 4, don't you?
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I do. I just don't have the inclination to spend time playing video games with Brett Keane.
Oh, come on, Paul. He needs a friend right now. He's down. He's low.
Yeah, I've been down that road. It doesn't end well.
Yeah, you get recorded.
Yeah.
And even though I've got a pretty decent computer now, due to the help of some people out there, it does not do well at streaming. Not at all. Especially in certain games. But on PlayStation, I can stream like a motherfucker. So that's pretty cool.
No, it doesn't.
No, Brett, it's not. Yeah, it's not cool. You're not cool. Nothing about this is fucking
Talk about the rape threats. This video is entitled Rape Threats.
This video is called Rape Threats. We've been watching this shit for fucking like a minute. I don't know, without pause. Like, if you take out the fucking pauses, it's probably about a minute worth of shit we've watched. You haven't even said the word rape. If you're gonna fucking if the amazing atheist, you know, the guy who actually knows what the fuck he's doing, makes a video called Rape Threats, you know how that video starts? It starts with me fucking talking about the goddamn subject matter, bitch. Fuck. You're so dumb. Like, if you really just can't fucking help yourself but put this shit in your video, put it at the end. I mean, like, I don't know why I try to help you. I'm really not even trying to help you. I'm just trying to help myself so that when I'm watching this shit, I don't have to sit through this nonsense every goddamn motherfucking time. Fuck, Brett. Your ineptitude is just fucking infuriating.
He's too dumb. He'll never listen to anything. Like, look, if Brett actually listened to criticism and advice...
It really is true. We do take turns flipping out on Brett on this fucking show.
You have
we
to.
do.
That's the only way you can like stay sane watching Brett Keane videos.
Like, every episode,
but
one
Brett
person breaks.
Dude, Brett doesn't listen.
Dude.
He just doesn't listen to anyone.
We've all done it at least once.
Oh my God, Brett. Like, please, Brett.
Dude, in his mind, you and him are on this. Dude, look, in his mind, you and him are on the same level.
Brett, even though you're a fucking idiot and I hate your guts, I'm legitimately giving you good advice here. Stop with the ridiculous fucking oversized shit all over the screen. Stop with the ridiculous filters that make you fucking look even more like a goddamn manatee.
Nobody wants to watch that.
Stop with these fucking endless goddamn intros. Stop with, even after the endless intro is over, you feel the need to talk about more unrelated bullshit. Here's what people want on YouTube. The video starts, you delve into the subject matter, you fucking say some pithy, interesting, entertaining fucking things. Then you wrap up by fucking ending with hopefully some sort of good punchy line that people are going to remember and sticks with them. And then you fucking do your little sign off. I'm Brett Keane, off to go fucking eat some seaweed somewhere. Bye.
Dude, your huge problem here is you're thinking Brett Keane makes these videos for an audience. Brett Keane makes these videos for himself.
Well, but here's the thing. He knows enough about what people want to watch to make the misleading title.
But he wants an audience.
But he can't produce the fucking title.
But Brett's ego is number one.
Yeah.
So I mean, even though he wants that audience and he wants all these accolades, he's not going to get it because he doesn't want to actually listen to people. Like he knows he knows how to get them to click and look, but then it's just all about him.
Yeah, like all these fucking. Sorry.
Video title: The entire world explodes. All right, let's film this. Hey everybody, this is Brett Keane. Look, I got a PS4 and I play video games on it. Like what?
So some other news. The other news is this.
The
tonight,
first thing wasn't
someone
news.
called my home and threatened to want to rape my wife. And
see, Brett, right there. That's where the video should begin.
Yep.
None of that other shit should have been there. As soon as the video starts, that's where you start, okay? You know, you come up with these. You're really actually pretty good at incendiary, clickbaity titles. Although I'm trying to put a stop to that shit, at least in regards to me.
Yeah.
But if you want to fucking if you're gonna make clickbaity fucking titles, then the reason a person clicked on that is not to fucking listen to you prattle on about pointless shit.
You know what? I don't even.
They want to hear that fucking subject matter discussed.
All that's gonna happen. This video is 14 minutes long, and he's just gonna talk. He's gonna tell a bullshit story about someone who threatened to rape Dawn, whatever.
Well, that's how you know it's
I
bullshit.
feel more sorry for
That's
them.
how you know it's bullshit. He's threatening to rape Dawn. Like, come on.
We're gonna move on.
No one.
We're gonna move on to a clickbaity title about TJ. It's entitled "News Story: Popular Atheist Sentenced in Prison for Fraud and More."
Cool.
Damn, TJ's here in prison, huh?
And
no, he's talking about your dad.
No, I know. I'm just-
Oh, okay.
Well, the cover image of this video is a picture of me.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So he's basically saying that I was.
Are you your own father?
For prison and fraud. Like he's trying to imply that it's me.
You are. He's done that. He's like mixed you and me up before. There's a video that he's since taken down where he says he's going to whoop my ass in 5 minutes, but then he mixes you and me up. He like switches. He like totally changes gears and switches to you as if he's still talking about me though. Like, I can't possibly beat his ass because TJ was raised by a rich person.
Brett Keane sees me when he closes his fucking eyes. Dude.
He's weird.
What a creepy fat piece of shit.
All right.
Brett, listen, I'm serious. You're just a creepy fat tub of shit, Brett. Like, you're obsessed with me. It's fucking disgusting. You sit around all day crying about how I'm better than you, fucking jerking off into your fucking mac and cheese and shit. And I'm such a miserable fucking turd of a human being, and if only TJ hadn't done all that mean stuff, I'd be great. It's like, Brett, you fucking, the only fucking person who sabotaged your entire goddamn life is you, alright? Every fucking bad thing that's ever happened to you, it's not because you're a fucking victim, it's because you're a piece of shit and you brought it all on your goddamn self.
Wait. I gotta correct you on one point. He did not choose the way he was gonna look. I mean, like, he looks pretty bad.
No.
That's just genetics.
Brett, you know what? If Brett wasn't such a fucking ugly human being on the inside, his appearance wouldn't even be as fucking ugly as it seems now.
All right, here it is. Here's the news story.
You'd be way more like to tolerate. I mean, like, look, it's like Pimp Monk isn't a total piece of shit. Pimp Monk's uglier than Brett, just if you fucking put them side by side. But I don't fucking feel like I don't look at Pimp Monk and go, oh shit, what a fucking disgusting piece of garbage. You know, because at least he's a fucking cool guy and shit. And you fucking look past it, and after a while, I don't even notice he's ugly as a fucking sin. But, you know... But Brett, you know, you never get past it because he's fucking ugly inside.
I don't like pain.
And Pimp Monk knows he's ugly, so it's not an insult. And I'm ugly too. It doesn't matter.
I don't like
It's not like this is the fucking GQ podcast, except for Ben, of course, everyone's fan favorite.
Yeah, Ben the shirtless flexor, dude.
Yeah, Ben fucking... The subreddit actually was blowing up over Ben, like, yeah, look, he not only take his mask off, but he took his shirt off at one point, too. Look, you guys, look at them rippling abs. Oh.
I do not have abs.
But I'll tell you what, honestly,
they said
Paul,
you did.
Honestly, Paul, I've heard a lot of people that want to have intercourse with you, Paul. So
sweet, Paul.
Yeah, send their numbers my way. You know,
I don't know the numbers. I've just heard it stated. I've heard it stated. I'm not even making this up.
Scotty was collecting the numbers or some shit?
Yeah, you want to fuck Paul? Give me the number. Okay, Paul, next
Anyway,
time.
let's hear about...
Next time I go to any meetup, I'll ask people for their
Let's
numbers.
watch fucking 2 minutes of intro and then hear about how I'm a piece of shit afterwards. Like, let's skip to 2 minutes into this.
All right.
Scotty, you don't have to act like a monkey to be an annoying shit. You already are. Don't worry.
I wasn't worried about it.
They were referred
now he's red. Cool.
Universities. And what he would do...
Wait, did you say LaSalle Universities?
God, you're dumb, Brett.
What the fuck, Brett?
University.
It was one place. It was one university. LaSalle Universities. There's not a fucking... It's not plural. Why would it be plural, Brett?
It's like...
Why would it fucking be plural?
Haven't you ever heard of the Ohio State Universities?
Would anyone say Harvard Universities, Brett?
Yep. Hear that all the time.
Universities.
Manatee University.
Fuck, Brett. Like, seriously, I don't even know the context of what you're saying yet, and already you've said something so retarded I just want to slap myself.
Let's go on. Let's hear what he has to say.
Is he created websites where he said to young people that if they paid $3,000 or more, he could get them a diploma and also be able to help them get PhDs.
No.
What?
Now, normally, it could take up to
No,
5 to 6
no,
something
no,
years
no.
to get your PhD.
Okay.
Well, this
maybe
extremely popular atheist who had the World Christian Church out there.
Okay,
he's like making you and your dad one collective person.
Okay.
You guys are merging.
So
my dad was not an atheist. My dad believed in God. He believed in the afterlife. He believed in the spirit world.
Not to mention, no, Brett. There's a big fucking caveat. You're because our dad started something called LaSalle University, but right next to the building was the World Christian Church, which he also started and built and funded.
Well, he just mentioned it, so he must
did
know
mention
about
that.
it.
Yeah. But that was just a scam, according to Brett.
But no, I mean, like, my dad was a religious person. My dad was religious. He and I actually got in tons of arguments because I was an atheist and he was religious. That was like one of the big things we butted heads about, you fucking moron. How can you sit there and say that my dad is an atheist when you don't even know that?
It's kind of like how he takes, the things your dad got in trouble for and then somehow makes that something you did, even though that's nothing, you had nothing to do with it.
He's doing that right now. He's trying to conflate.
He's making you and your dad one person.
It's creepy.
Somehow. Yeah, it's
not
weird.
only that, but he always tries to make it like your dad was like getting like people 17 and a half-year-olds straight out of high school. No, these were grown-ups that wanted to fucking get a quick degree.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like we've explained, Brett, I don't know how many times I have to fucking explain this to you. But the people who signed up for LaSalle University knew that LaSalle University is kind of bullshit. Okay? Kind of bullshit. The reason they wanted the degree is because they thought they could fool employers with it.
Which many people did.
Which plenty of fucking people did. So actually,
it's a quick leg up. That's what it was, Brett. They knew exactly what they were fucking paying for. No one's saying, "Oh, I'm going to buy a $5,000 degree on my work life experience."
And my dad,
it's legit.
My dad, he did not go to jail because of offering so-called fake degrees. That's not even the charges. Okay.
And TJ, when you say your dad, you're talking about you, right?
Oh yeah, I'm talking about myself.
Oh, okay.
In my past life.
Just clearing that up.
Because we're one entity.
Yes.
But no, what my dad did. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Doesn't matter. Doesn't even matter.
Fooled into believing that he was actually religious himself.
He was religious.
What ended up happening is...
And he was popular. He says he was a popular atheist. Like, what was he popular doing?
He wasn't. He was a popular atheist in Louisiana.
Yeah. How the fuck could you open a church and a religious university? Yeah. Who the fuck would go to your church? What?
My dad literally did sermons at this church.
Yeah, Brett, not to mention...
My dad literally was fucking sermonizing from the Bible on the stage of the fucking church.
We knew
How
our
is
dad...
that a popular atheist,
So now that
retard?
we knew our dad way better than you, Brett. What evidence do you have he was an atheist? Because I lived with him for a large part of my life, and he never once to me was like, I am a committed atheist.
Literally ripped off thousands of young people.
No, he did
who
not.
believed that they could actually get a degree, get a PhD.
No.
That's not what happened.
No one
Brett.
believed that. You dumb shit. You dumb shit. No one believes.
Brett.
No fucking person is so fucking dumb that they hear about, oh yeah, the point I was trying to make earlier was that my dad didn't even go to jail for fucking selling fake degrees or whatever. He went to jail for tax evasion and mail fraud.
Yes.
Neither of which is, you'll notice, selling fake degrees, because that's not even a fucking crime, you stupid shit.
That's why I was located in Louisiana. The way he was doing it wasn't illegal.
Yeah, I mean, like, he fucking...
He didn't pay taxes, though. That was the illegal part, was not paying taxes.
It wasn't even that the company didn't pay taxes. It was that he wouldn't pay any personal taxes because he was a fucking moron about that shit. And he just thought he was fucking, hot shit in a champagne glass and he could get away with anything.
Yeah.
But it had nothing to do with the degrees being fraudulent because they were... That's exactly what they were. It's like, hey, here's a degree in life experience, which basically means like you take your fucking quote-unquote life experience and we'll transfer that into credentials for this degree from LaSalle University. Okay? That's what they were buying. No one looks at that and says, you know what, this is a legitimate institute of fucking learning. No. People look at that and say, I bet I could fool a fucking dipshit employer with this thing. And that's exactly what people use them for.
A big place he advertises to, he didn't advertise this to young people, he advertised this in airplane magazines. For who mostly flies, business professionals.
You know how young people are reading airplane magazines and have tons of life experience that they can draw on to translate into a degree.
Like the target market was people who were in their like 30s, 40s, 50s.
Business professionals who wanted to get ahead.
Wanted to move up in their career, so they wanted a credential so they could say like, look, I got this credential. And, like, let's say you've been in a fucking industry for fucking 20 years and you're like, man, this is bullshit. All these other people are passing me up for promotions because I don't have this fucking degree. So you just say, fuck it, I'll just go buy a fucking degree from this guy and no one's going to look into it or anything because, they don't fucking really give a shit. If I say I have this degree from LaSalle University and I have a fucking certificate from it, and I have these credentials and whatever, then I can fucking get the job.
And there's a third party that can't be contacted. Oh, did so-and-so attend LaSalle University? Yes, he did. Here's a transcript. Yep, he attended.
But, of course, my dad was very careful never to tell people, like, that's what this is for or anything. But they figured it out because they're not fucking retarded. You just say the right things and get the wheels turning in people's heads. So if anything, the people who bought this degree were really complicit, were really complicit in a scam that was not against them, but against the employers that were hiring them based on the fucking credentials that my dad was providing them. So you're fucking misidentifying who the victim is here, and it's not like there isn't a victim. If there just wasn't a victim, then I could see you lying, but since there actually is a victim, why don't you just get it right? Why don't you just report on something that's actually accurate, and then people will take it more seriously? I mean, no one would take it very seriously anyway because it's my dad, not me, and no one else thinks it's a big deal that my fucking dad ran some scam when I was a fucking kid, except for you, because you have this weird, like, father-like son thing that applies to me only, but it doesn't apply to you. Because your dad was a deadbeat and he beat your mom and shit, according to you in videos, but you're not like him because that son's not like that father, but I'm like my father because
it's not just that you're like him. He talks about you like you're the same. It's like the Holy Trinity. Only there's two. You're the holy duo.
Well, it's because look, Brett has nothing on TJ really, but he has all this shit on our dad. So it's like he wants to try to make that stick as much as possible because he has no ammunition against TJ. Where's his ammunition?
Brett.
Well,
my dad went to jail. I was 12 years old.
You worked for him though, didn't you?
And our dad
was
12
years old, Brett.
We basically moved back to Louisiana, and our dad started this when TJ was maybe TJ was like 5, and I was like 3 or 4.
Yeah, but I was crucial to the formation.
Yeah,
you were
there.
Basically the ringleader.
Quite a business savant at an early age.
Yep.
How many charges do you have, TJ, for tax evasion and mail fraud?
Well, because I am my father, I of course have those too.
Right. Well, you're more like Brett than you think.
In this lifetime as TJ, as Thomas James Kirk the third rather than the fucking second, in this lifetime, I have none. But in the past lifetime, all kinds of fucking shit. I was all kinds of shit, back then.
Right.
Crazy
I mean,
stuff.
the whole like father like son thing applies way closer to Brett. Once again, you said your dad was a deadbeat and a wife beater, and I know somebody on the screen here that has some domestic violence charges. I won't name any names, but he looks like a fucking giant mutated raspberry, and we'll just leave it there.
Yeah, and as far as, he may not be a total deadbeat, but it doesn't really seem like he's contributing much to that household financially, so.
No, when you could do 8-hour hangouts like 3 days a week, and
it's not like they're popular and making money.
Right.
Besides Brett's disability check, probably nothing.
Anyway, let's listen to more of this.
Get a diploma, all these different things. So they sent in thousands of dollars, and finally it added up to about $35 million. But it gets worse. Because the business was actually a fake, it was a fraud, not the church itself. The guy wasn't paying his taxes, so the government ended up coming after him.
This is a news story.
That's actually accurate. The not paying his taxes thing, yeah.
What ends up happening is the guy ends up trying to skip town. He tries to hide, so he ends up getting yet another charge put against him where he's a fugitive.
That's not true.
Run.
That is true.
Well, no, he left, but was he actually charged with that?
No, he wasn't charged with anything. I mean,
yeah, he wasn't charged with anything.
He
That's what I
left,
meant.
and then he came back. He actually left as a bargaining tactic. He left, and then they were willing to make some deals with him if he'd come back, because they didn't want to waste resources trying to find him. So basically, it was just a negotiation tactic. He wasn't actually trying to fucking escape.
Yeah, he would have. Look, our dad had access to a lot of money at that time. If he really wanted to leave the country, he could have left the country and never come back.
Yeah, but what he did was he left. He went to fucking hide out in California. He waited it out a little bit so that they would offer him a better deal, and he came back when they offered him a better deal because he had his lawyer down there negotiating with the fucking FBI the entire time. So this idea of like, oh, well, you know, he ran away or tried to escape and then he was a fugitive from justice and shit is kind of an exaggeration.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
The World Christian Church was ready to sue him, as well as the many thousands of students out there who were ripped off by this atheist who was pretending to be a preacher who was also
How is he
had the
pretending?
rank of president.
Was a
No,
preacher.
no true scam artist. Yeah. The newsflash, Brett. Christian people do bad things all the time. All the time. If they didn't,
look, I
the
would
prison
not
population would be a micro fraction of what it is right now.
I would not go so far as to say that my dad was a Christian.
Didn't you say, were you joking, but didn't you say he was a Scientologist at one point?
Yeah, he was a Scientologist at one point. My dad was spiritual. He liked he liked the Bible. He liked some of the teachings of Jesus. He liked a lot of the teachings of fucking Solomon. He really admired Solomon. You know, he actually really admired Satan too. So you
sweet.
My dad did like Satan, but he liked God, and he liked a lot of fucking other religious beliefs too. He had there was things in Eastern fucking religions that he liked.
And Elron.
My dad, yeah, and Scientology, and all kinds of fucking weird beliefs that just seemed like very new agey, and you didn't really know where they came from. But like, yeah, my dad was kind of like a new ager, I guess, because he was just taking different things from different religions and kind of hodgepodging them into his own thing. Yeah. But, you know, one thing he certainly was not was a fucking atheist. My dad used to fucking give us this shit all the time where we'd be sitting in the car with him and he'd be like, you know, are we mortal beings or are we immortal beings having the mortal experience? Like, I think we're just mortal beings, Dad. No! You're wrong. It's like, how can you say that? You know when your body dies, you know what it does? Like the system's shut down one by one, almost like a person going through a house, shutting the lights off as they're about to leave to go on a journey somewhere else. I'm like, well, that's kind of an interesting little metaphor or whatever. But, you know, and we'd have these arguments. You know, usually more heated than what I'm portraying there, but still, we had these fucking stupid arguments about religion and what I consider to be his irrational beliefs and shit, and him fucking sitting there talking shit about evolution and science and shit. I mean, if anything, he's probably be more like fucking Brett Keane's ass there on the religious subject matter, just kind of taking whatever he likes and following it. Or, you know, using it to suit his own needs. So calling my dad an atheist, like I don't understand how you get off just an atheist based on nothing. It's just something you've pulled completely out of your ass that has no bearing in reality whatsoever. There's not even a basis for you to believe that. There's not even a fucking you're not even like misconstruing something you read somewhere or misunderstanding something. You're just whole cloth making that shit up. 100% fucking made up. Has no basis in fact whatsoever. You have no credibility. You're such a fucking liar. I mean, like, I was actually there. I lived this shit. Okay? I actually knew my fucking father. You didn't know him. You say he's an atheist based on nothing. I say he was a believer based on having tons of conversations with the man. If my dad was an atheist, I'd have no problem saying my dad was a fucking atheist.
No, not at all.
I mean, and that's all beside the point that this has nothing to do with you. What, like you said before, this happened when you were fucking 12. So what's the point of bringing it up?
Well, at this point, I'm just trying to fucking stop him from like besmirching my father's name and lying about my fucking dad and what my dad believed and what my dad actually did. You know, I'm not saying my dad was a great guy in every respect or that, you know, he didn't do some fucked up shit. Because there was definitely some things he did that were wrong, in my view. But it wasn't what you said he did. You're fucking lying like a piece of shit. Like you always do. And you're lying about the dead in this case. You're lying about someone who can't even fucking tell the truth. I mean, how would you like it if I fucking, like, made a video on my Amazing Atheist channel where I just talk about how your mom was a whore? And she slept with every guy in fucking Festus, and you know,
we don't even know who your fucking daddy
she died
is,
of
Brett.
fucking AIDS.
Yeah,
Like,
Cindy Keane sucked every dick in Festus, Missouri, guys.
How dare you attack his family? He never does that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how would you feel, Brett? Like, let's try to fucking an experiment in empathy here for a second. How would you feel if I came on YouTube and made a video just outright, flat out lying about your mom? Who's dead and can't defend herself?
Oh, there's no depths that Brett is not willing to go to, dude.
I know it's a futile exercise trying to get Brett to actually exercise empathy for another human being.
Oh, of course.
But I just want to point out to him how bankrupt he is. Just how fucking dead inside he is.
Brett
how
Brett
unable
knows.
to actually connect to another human being he is. Brett, you're a piece of shit.
Brett, you're so pathetic. You have to fucking dredge up 20-year-old shit that doesn't even involve us. Involves our family. Our dad did something. Whether you agree with it, you think it was he's the biggest piece of shit in the world. That's not something that either TJ or I participated in. And
I mean,
it's ridiculous that you even imply that we did.
I mean, he keeps bringing up like the criminal record and everything, but we all know Brett has a criminal record too. So
Brett, you've been charged with criminal actions.
I happen to think that my dad evading his taxes
that's a forgivable
is a more forgivable sin in life than beating your fucking spouse.
Yeah.
Or having domestic violence charges against your own fucking mother who's ridden with cancer at the time. Or getting on the internet and just lying compulsively about everything.
Get on there and lying on a daily basis. Every day, Brett gets on there and
if
lies.
I had to put... You can sit here and say my dad was a piece of shit, but I guarantee you that if we put you and him in a side-by-side fucking examination of try to assess the moral character of these two people, guess what, Brett? Lose. Like you always lose. Because you're Brett fucking Keane.
Yeah. That pretty much puts a period on
Here's
it.
where it gets
Well, I'm still going. We'll see what else we got.
The guy ends up getting caught. He gets taken to prison.
He wasn't
and
caught. He turned himself in after he made
Yeah, my dad, he turned himself in. He wasn't caught.
He charged him with several counts of fraud, indictment, as well as scams. And they end up putting his ass away for about 5 years.
Scams.
God, you're
Yeah.
so fucking stupid.
Did he say-
What are the charges? Felony tax evasion, scams
of the
larceny.
third degree.
You know what? Actually, I'm sorry. My dad actually was not convicted of mail fraud.
No, he had a
What
plea-
is mail fraud?
defrauding people through the mail.
Oh, okay.
He was convicted,
conspiracy.
he was convicted of conspiracy to commit mail fraud.
So he never actually committed the mail fraud, or
I mean,
got caught committing
My
it.
dad cut a deal.
I mean, the mail fraud charge, look, I'm just going to be honest with you.
Because they operated through the mail.
From what I understand about the mail fraud charge, the mail fraud charge is bullshit. Like, it's nothing. It's a nothing charge. It's basically a bullshit charge. The only thing they really had him on, dead to rights, was tax evasion. The other charges they were threatening him with, that was just to scare the shit out of him and say, like, look, you looking at 130 years behind bars. That's what they do to people to get them to take fucking shitty plea deals. Because they don't want to fucking go to trial with shit. You know, so they have him on one thing, actually. They have him on fucking tax evasion. That's the only fucking charge they actually have any fucking real substantive evidence of. That's the only charge that actually has a strong fucking merit behind it, because he actually did evade his fucking taxes. Everything else that he was charged with was bullshit. It was just designed to inflate his sentence, to scare the shit out of him so he'd take a fucking plea deal, which he, of course, did. because otherwise you could get fucked royally by the federal government. So he took the fucking plea deal. He pled guilty to fucking tax evasion, which he genuinely was guilty of, and conspiracy to commit mail fraud, which is just a bullshit charge they tacked on so they could get so they could fuck him a little bit harder, you know. And you know, he went to prison. Yeah, he was sentenced to 5 years. He only served 3 years. He only served 3 years because my dad, being the consummate scammer that he is, quickly discovered that if he enrolled in a drug treatment program in prison for drug addiction, they would knock time off his sentence if he completed it, even though he was never into drugs, didn't even do drugs. But he's like, yep, I'm a fucking horrible drug addict. Put me in the program. And they knocked 2 years off his sentence because he completed that.
That was 1 year.
Well, whatever. No, it must have been more than that because he was sentenced to 5 years, only served like 3.5. So maybe there's some more time off for good behavior or something. I don't know.
Who knows? Probably something like that.
His wife, while he's sitting in prison, is still trying to run some of these pyramid schemes.
Pyramid schemes?
It's not a pyramid. What?
The diploma thing is a pyramid?
A diploma mill is a totally different
Our dad
kind
was
of
not
scam than
married.
a pyramid scheme,
At the time, our dad was not married.
Yeah, my dad was not married when this went down.
That is true that they tried to start like another little thing like Hawaii or something. That is true.
Yeah, there was my stepmom, Natalie, who he was not married to at the time, was just his girlfriend. He did try to have her run some shit in Hawaii or something while it was going on.
Yeah, and he gave her a shit ton of money too.
It didn't actually pan out anyway because he wasn't there to actually run it. You know, if you put a fucking former Hooters manager in charge of fucking a diploma operation, you know, she's not going to fucking make any money out of it.
One thing I think about my dad is that he was like really smooth in dealing with people in sales. So like when people would call up and if they had any concerns, or by the time they got off the phone with him, they were like, "Yeah, that all sounds good. I'm signing up."
Yeah, my dad was a fucking consummate salesman, dude. He could sell fucking fire to the devil kind of shit. But you know, he was definitely that smooth talker kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, this is absurd. I mean, like I said, I mean, this is all he's like. Brett Keane is literally talking about events that happened when I was a child, and trying to say that I have some complicity in it. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to sidestep my fucking part in this, but I just didn't have one. Okay? I didn't have a part in it.
TJ, even though you were a child, you benefited from your dad's scam.
I definitely did benefit from it. No doubt about that. Like my dad was so fucking rich at one point that I'd ask him to go buy. Like me and Scotty would go to him and be like, "Dad, we need to get a pizza," and my dad would just hand us like $200-$300. Like, here you go.
Yeah, that's how much a pizza costs, right?
Get your pizza. Have fun.
And like we literally when pizza got delivered to our house, like they were like fighting to fucking deliver because like he'd give us $100 bill and our dad would like, "Dad, they don't have change." He'd just be like, "I just tell him to keep it then." So we'd order like $20 worth of pizza and they'd be like getting like an $80 tip.
Yeah, I mean, like he
didn't give a shit. Well, when you have millions of dollars, who cares?
He had what he called "fuck you" money, which is basically like he felt like he could say "fuck you" to anyone at any time. Unfortunately, the one person you can't say "fuck you" to just because you have money
Uncle
is,
Sam.
Yeah, you can't say "fuck you" to the government.
Nope.
Never fucking say "fuck you" to them, especially not the IRS. Give them their money; it's worth it.
They've got more "fuck you" money than anybody else has. So
they do. Yeah, they do indeed.
While she's on the outside, she ends up getting caught.
No. False. She did not get caught. There was nothing to get caught at, okay? Like I said, at the time, the way these things were arranged, they were totally legal. I don't know if there's laws against that sort of thing now.
For the most part, there really are.
But you know, at the time, there was no laws on the books. They were in a legal gray area. So it wasn't like there was a crime being committed just by her running one of these things. A diploma mill, basically. In the state where she was at and the way it was set up, it was perfectly legal to do. But she was not caught, okay? She just mismanaged it, and it fucking went belly up because she fucked it up. Okay? My dad was stupid thinking that his fucking girlfriend who worked at Hooters could just do what he did and fucking run a fucking school. A bullshit school or not. You know, so that was the problem there. She didn't get caught, you stupid fuck.
This atheist woman.
What? Oh my God!
Another
no.
atheist. They're all
You're a
atheists.
fucking idiot.
Definitely not.
No. My stepmom, Natalie, was a fucking hardcore devout ass Christian, bitch. She was a Christian, like your scummy ass. Okay? She wasn't a fucking atheist. You're a dumbass. You're so fucking... You're such a... I don't know if you're... Are you just this stupid that you feel like you know this? Or do you know you're lying? Like, that's what I really want to know.
Yeah.
That's another interview question. Like,
That's the
Brett,
number one question.
Brett, when you fucking come on... When you fucking tell one of your ridiculous, obvious, everyone knows you're lying lies... Number one, do you know you're lying or do you actually think it's true? And number two, do you actually expect anyone to fucking believe it? Like, those are the two questions that always run through my head. Like, I'd really want to hear the answer to those two questions, Brett. Honestly, Brett, if you would make a video satisfactorily answering those two questions for me, then I would fucking, I'd consider that a fulfillment of my interview perk. Because those are the two most pertinent questions. And I don't mean just making a video answering them. I mean a video really answering them. Don't fucking sidestep. Don't deflect. Don't launch into a Brett Keane like, oh, I don't really understand what's going on here. No, if you directly answer those two questions honestly for the first time in your life, I'll consider that a fulfillment of the interview perk. Come on. We won't watch any Brett Keane videos on DP ever again.
You may as well want him to. You may as well ask him to fucking fly to the moon under his own power and fucking throw it into the sun. Brett, if there's one thing in life that Brett Keane is utterly incapable of, it's honesty and forthrightness. So,
how long has this show been?
Probably about an hour and a half.
All right, guys. I guess we're gonna call this one a show.
Yeah, because we're about to roll out. We're gonna do one last show here in the DP studio.
Well, for them it'll have already happened because
Right.
But this is
I'm just giving them real time information.
We're shooting this on the 12th, but we're actually shooting 277 in a minute, but we just shot 278, which is what you're watching now. So we're actually shooting 278 before 277.
It's kind of fucked.
It's weird, but that's what's happening. So that's why, if there's any sort of weird chronological shit that doesn't make any sense, that's what's going on.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, that's a fucking show. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Let us know how you feel in the comment section down below. Not like we really give a shit, but whatever. All right, so that's the show. Peace, y'all.
Peace, everybody.